Hey, you guys. Hey, friends. I'm back. I'm back. Whew, I'm so glad to be back. I can tell you guys, it's been crazy here behind the scenes. I just had to get out of winter, dominated by Saturn, and here we had the new moon in Aries. Yay! That means it's like officially spring, because even though we had spring back March 20th-ish about, it actually, the new moon, the Aries energy isn't released until we get to the new moon, which was this morning, and that is why life and everything feels much happier and much more positive, and like we have more momentum to go forward because we're in a new zodiacal year, if that's such a thing. You guys know I love the first moon. The first day of winter, because that's when the new solar cycle starts. Actually, in Capricorn, where we have the least amount of sunlight, we hit the peak in the middle of the summer, and then it goes down until we hit, the first day of winter. Well, the first day of spring is when Aries takes charge, and this is what I like about Aries, because I know Aries gets a bad rap a lot of times, because it's ruled by Mars and it's the warrior, but Aries is really optimistic. It's energized. It has the job of pulling the entire zodiac into a new year, a new way of being. So it has to be powerful, and it has to use that energy. It's really great at initiating things like, hey everybody, let's go into a new year. Doesn't do quite as good of a job as wrapping things up and completing tasks. You might see a lot of Aries who start a lot of things and don't really finish the details. But Aries is full of optimism. They can usually let things just kind of, roll off their shoulder. They'll be mad about something, have a blow up, but then it's like, okay, whatever, and then they move on. It's also the sign about new beginnings. Usually Easter is associated with the season, with he is risen, in the traditional Christianity faith. But it's about new birth, new beginnings. You see, spring has arrived. You see the shoots of flowers and plants. Now they are surging through the surface of the soil and bursting with growth. That's Aries. And so I am so glad to get here, new Aries energy. I just cannot even describe how draining this last month of the winter, and that new moon in Pisces. I said at the end of February, mid-February, end of February, it's going to be a tale of two Februaries, and wow, so hard. And that's why the last couple days have just felt draining. And then the stock market, was depressed again yesterday. It's because there's nowhere for the energy to go when you're at the end of, that was the Pisces new moon cycle. There's nowhere for the energy to go. We're like done here. You have to wait for a new moon to move on. And so, so this is the new moon in Aries, and I just wanted to lay these out with you guys because first of all, I like this chart. I like this chart because it makes me feel optimistic, not only for this April, May, June. Look at all these happy blue lines. There's some red here, but there's happiness there. There's progress there. Life is a little easier here. It is. It really is. I like that there's a lot of support here. If you look here in the sector of the self, we have the sun and the moon here in the first house. The sun represents the photos. The moon represents the people. We're on the same page. We're ready to go. We're in the first house together with a new beginning, a new start. I like that Pisces is intercepted here. You can see this sign is all in this area, which means I feel like we'll be able to better contain this cerveza thing that has us all at home and self-distancing. I can't say what the cerveza is. Y'all know what it is. So that makes me hopeful that we're going to be able to contain that more. That if there are peaks or flare-ups, I feel like it'll be more contained. It's not going to be as widespread and able to go all over the place. Okay? I don't know if you remember this. This keeps standing in I did this new moon Pisces back February 23rd, and at a point in that reading, I kept saying there's something going on with Mars and Uranus. I'm like, they're explosive together, and this Uranus, the sudden shock and surprise is hidden. Trining Mars, energy warrior, in the sector of shared money resources, it was going to explode and hit. I'm like, the president and the people are at the midpoint of that. And because Venus was there, hidden also, I thought it had to do with money. I wasn't thinking of a cerveza thing. I kind of was, but I just couldn't even see how big that was. I was thinking more along the financial sector. Well, that's what happened. So if you look here, though, see this sign here, Pisces, it's in this area and it's in this area. So it occupies two areas. So it's widespread. It was crowning Washington, D.C. Here it's contained beneath the horizon. There'll be flare-ups, but it's contained. Keyword contained. The other thing that happened that makes me so happy, and I will go further on with a different video about this, so because you guys want to know the backstory on this. We got a preview. Saturn finally moved out of Capricorn. The thing that has just been so harshly authoritarian rulership on us, because Saturn there with Mars and Pluto being very militaristic and very constrained. I think like on one of the last days, that was when Saturn was still in Capricorn. That's when Bill Barr said, hey, DOJ, I need to have more power to suspend constitutionality, whatever, to not restrain, but, well, I guess restrain, but, be able to arrest people, whatever. Well, when Saturn then, and that was at late degrees Capricorn, when Saturn moved into Aquarius, Mitch had a fit, and Nancy spoke. Always pay attention when Speaker Pelosi speaks, because she knows what's going on. The reason why I'm so happy that Saturn is now in Aquarius, out of Capricorn, where we get relief from this death grip of this regime, this dictator. Now Saturn moves into a place in an air sign that is very humanistic. It's about friendships, it's about hopes, it's about our collective dreams. But what it does is it provides stability in that area. So here we are undertaking a massive stimulus package while Saturn is in Aquarius. I cannot even tell you how powerful and long-lasting and good this is for us and the economy, and getting a footing, getting our grasp, getting a hold of things so that we can realize our dreams for the longer haul. I love that. So what I was doing, I was getting ready to just, lay out the cards for the Taroscope. I had all these ideas on my mind. I was like, I should just start recording for these guys because it's been a while. I've missed them. And I'm so glad to be here. So as I said, I really like this chart because here again, now here we have the sun and the moon, the photos and the people in agreement. There's harmony with Mercury's going forward. We're having clearer communications. We have Neptune here, which is kind of symbolic of this cerveza thing. We also have Chiron here, the wound that we have to heal collectively. And we have Lilith here, which is the howl of the female energy, healing that wound as well. That female energy has been carrying the burden for so long in this country under this administration. But this is what I love, because the sun and the moon are here together. Look at these beautiful blue lines. We have Jupiter trining Venus. Pluto and Jupiter are conjunct. That has to do with like ridiculous wealth and power. Sending a beautiful beam to Venus, income gains, communications, and the beneficiaries of this are the POTUS, the administration, and the people. And the people. So we're all in on this. There is some tension here and surprises, but it's not going to be like it was. Okay? So this is why I like it, and this is going to be long-standing. It's good. It's good. We are in such a better place. So in this sector of self, Sun and Spirit are going to dominate this spring. The Sun represents the POTUS, yes, but we're conjunct. It represents us as well because we're on the same page and talk about Spirit. I'm a little concerned about all these secrets going on here with hidden enemies and retreat, but this area also rules isolation, jail. We all kind of feel like we're in jail. So what's going on? So this is really important for us. What's in this sector of retreat, healing that needs our attention? We have the Mercury. It has everything to do with communication. So obviously we have a lot of communication going on through social media and people trying to still connect with each other. This area here, wait, it's very thin. So this area here, now this is where Saturn is now having dominion. Hopes, wishes, friends, dreams, visionary, innovation. There's been a lot of cool innovative stuff going on with designers making masks and medical equipment needs. So what do we have here? Oh, and the Uranian planet, we'll talk about that someday. Cupido, love and partnership, is there too. So there's like love in the air for our hopes and wishes and dreams and friends. And we have, the second house, owning. Second house here, owning, that is income, gains, values. That's what we have. When we're in love with that idea. What's crowning Washington, D.C. is we look at this horoscope, we need to look to the sign of Capricorn. It's right there. That's a match. How we are using our resources, and because it's also here in this, how we're using our resources. This is now crowning Washington, D.C., Sagittarius. This has to do with the law, our beliefs, how we use our things for the collective faith, our hope. In this area that has to do with long distance travel, I call it Putin's house because he's in charge of that stuff. So we're going to have some solar eclipse in news. Related to Saturn. More type, oh boy, that's not going to be good for Donald. In this area of shared resources, there's going to be a lot of desire, a lot of fire, a lot of excitement, and how we, as a whole, with our dreams, light things up and find what's important to us and go after it with a passion side. For our partnerships and we the people we have, we're genius, Uranus. Okay, so there's going to be unexpected things happening here that would also, I think some of the unexpected hits that we're going to get with this cerveza, with the economy, perhaps with some news. 6th house, public servants. It also has to do with your health providers. We'll look to the messages, and here we go, Venus. So that's harmonious. The 5th house of the sun, the Photos, he has, ooh, Saturn return, age. This is more good news because Saturn in Aquarius is triggering that monster January 21st, 2019 full moon eclipse that I talked so much about, the beginning of the end for Don Julio. In terms of U.S., her roots, her defenses, how she protects herself, we have the 7th house. We look to our partnerships. So we're going to have to look to we the people. We're going to have a stronger say in this, you guys. 3rd house of communications, thinking, reasoning, communications, Scorpio, I transform. So there's going to be a lot of transformation that's going to be going on with our communications. Our 2nd house of income, gains, values, we have healing our economy, healing our values, healing our incomes. We are revolutionizing things now. I love this because our Pluto return was radically activated this past month, which had me scared as well. And whatever we do, we're going to get it in abundance, you guys. Leo, I am loving this. Okay, so that is our new moon in a nutshell. I will tell you, right at the spring ingress, I threw cards. Right as that happened, I wanted to know what Speaker Pelosi was up to, and she is moving mountains this season. She is working on a lot of stuff. There are going to be significant changes here and on a global level. The final result that I was getting from her was the Fool card, a new beginning. When I was looking at SDNY, Adam Schiff, and the virus, and also I didn't throw on Don Julio, but all of these things put together kept pointing to a common theme of major changes happening, not only because of the cerveza and economy, but with Don Julio himself. I don't know if that means he's going to be removed or he's going to leave. This is a very significant Aries season that's setting the tone, not only for this spring, but for the whole year. She's bringing the goods. I don't know what's happening. I have to look at that more, but that was just the basic thing I wanted to share with you. So I got to lay these out. I got to get back onto the next video. I actually want to go live. We'll see. Okay? Good to be back. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and we'll talk soon. Bye.